Salut year 8 et bienvenue au corps pour aujourd'hui. Alors, let me explain what we're going to do today. So, I just want to say before we start, well done for working so hard since we've been back after since we've been working after half term, because I've set you some really challenging exams, some year 9 exams, and I know some of you have done exceptional work and worked really hard on them. If you're still to send me your writing, you need to do that straight away, because chasing you up on lockdown is really frustrating. So make sure you send your writing to me straight away. Now, we've talked about this. These exams don't count, and your writing will be marked to give you feedback, but it doesn't count. So you might say, well, so what was the point in doing them? Because we don't do exams for you to get grades. Well, we do, but that's the tiny part of it. Guys, doing exams is the best way for you to learn. And it's proven, if you're testing yourself and always testing yourself, that's how you learn. You don't learn by just sitting there looking and reading. You learn by testing yourself and testing your skills again and again and again. And that's what we're going to do today. We will be marking your reading and listening assessment, but not just marking it to see how many you got out of 36. We're going to break it down. We're going to explain why the answer was a certain thing. I'm going to show you the transcripts for the listening. We're going to highlight where the answers are. We're going to talk about keywords, and this is how to get good. After this lesson, you'll have learned so much about not just how the assessment works and like tricks and skills, but your French should have developed so much as well, because you'll see where you made mistakes and you won't make them again. So this is also about developing you and your independence, which is what our extra challenge is all about today, which I'll talk about in a second. But first, we are marking, it's the last lesson of Module 1. We are going to mark it. So let's test your Module 1 knowledge to start off. Should be really good. Alors mes petits, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. S'il vous plaît, dans vos cahiers bleus, copiez la date et copiez le titre du jour pour moi. Et vous avez un contrôle de post-it pour Module 1. I've taken 6 absolutely key phrases from Module 1 that you must know. Donc, comment dire les choses? I find him, I want to go, I'm going to go. Comment dire en français? Il faut traduire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pour moi, s'il vous plaît. Put me on pause, guys. Get your date and title sorted. Go for the post-it note challenge. When you're ready, restart me. I'll go through the answers and I'll tell you a tiny bit more about today's lesson. On y va, mes petits. Et voilà mes petits. Right, guys, so if you're listening to me now, you're ready to start today. Remember what I said on the first slide. Today is about, yes, it's about marking your work. Yes, you'll get a level, but that's not how you learn. What we want to do is develop your exam skills. Test you on your vocab knowledge to see what you knew from Module 1, and more importantly, to see what you didn't know, to see what you got wrong, and then find out why, so you don't do it again, and then develop your independence. That is so important, and that comes through our extra challenge today. So when we're going through all this, there's going to be lots of vocabulary you don't know. Independent learners will write them down, and this is what I used to do. I used to put it on post-its, any words I didn't know, and then I'd stick them up on my mirror somewhere you look every day. And then before I looked in my mirror in the morning, I'd have to go through those words and check them, and that is how you develop independence, and that's how you learn that tricky vocabulary that you didn't know. So that is your extra challenge today. I encourage you to do that, to make sure you learn as much as you can, not just in today's lesson, but for next assessment and the assessment after that, and the big one in year 11. So that is our aim for today, people. On Module 1 then, these 6 phrases are key. How many did you get? You should have them all by now. This is what you should have. I find him, je le trouve. Voilà. I want to go is je veux aller, and then I'm going to go is je vais aller. Look at the difference between the two. It's a different verb. We're going to see nous allons voir. I did, past tense. What do you have to have? Faire is irregular. How does it change? It should be j'ai fait, et finalement I went is je suis allé. Et voilà, guys. Hopefully you got all 6 of these. This is a bit of revision for Module 1. We're going to have a quick vocab warm-up, and then we're going to go into marking these papers. You know what's coming. Alors mes petits, avant de faire les contrôles, ici vous avez 15 mots clés qu'il faut savoir. Not only now, you've got to know this vocabulary all the way up to year 11 and for the rest of your life. So let's make sure we know it. Vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Alors donc, il faut dire le français, anglais, aussi rapide que possible. Et vous avez 36 secondes. Tous les mots en bleu vont disparaître. Donc, il faut être rapide. Je vous donne un exemple. Partager des photos, share photos, lire des messages, read messages 3 fois par semaine, 3 times a week, 1 fois par heure, 1 time an hour, avoir tort, to be wrong. Voilà, you see that? Donc, il faut faire ça aussi rapide que moi. Vous avez 36 secondes pour faire ça. Put me on pause now. Don't look in your books or any vocab. Prepare yourself. You should know all 15 of these. When you think you're ready, restart the video and I'll count you down. Bon courage. Hello, mes petits. Right, guys, you should have paused me to prepare. If you're listening to me now, you're ready to go. You have 36 seconds. You've got to get to the end to survive today. You know how this works. Bon courage. Et 3, 2, 1. Allez! Rapidement, first column's almost gone. Allez, allez, allez. Second column's gone. Environ 5 secondes, je crois. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Alors, did you get to the end? Excellent effort here. Let's just up the difficulty that bit more on these 15 must-know phrases. Et voilà, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. C'est exactement la même activité. Mais cette fois, j'ai pris quelques lettres. Donc, il faut compléter le vocabulaire aussi. Tu veux un exemple? D'accord. 3 times a week, 3 fois par semaine. Read messages, lire les messages. Once an hour, 1 fois par heure. To be wrong, avoir tort. To share photos, partager des photos. See that? So good. You got 36 seconds. 1 minute preparation. Pause the video. Prepare yourself. When you're ready, restart the video and I'll count you down. On y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, you should be ready for this. You know how it works. Bon courage. 3, 2, 1, allez! Alors rapidement, first column, c'est fini. Et la deuxième, 10 secondes environ. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Alors, right guys, a brilliant effort if you got to the end of this round. If I had to pick 15 phrases that I wanted you to remember in year 11, these would be them. So a really good effort here if you've got all 15 of these. We're revising Module 1 today by marking the assessments. You will need un stylo rouge pour les prochaines activités. Alors mes petits, right guys, so what we'll do is we'll go through each assessment and each question one by one, and we'll break it down. I'll show you the transcript and I'll tell you to read it, and then you'll mark your own work when we go through the answers. So load up what you've done. If you've worked straight on the assessment sheet, that's fine. You can mark it on there. If you've done it in your book, just mark it as you go along. Remember, I'm not taking your marks in. I'm not taking your levels in. This is for you because this is how we learn. Can I just point out our extra challenge before we get going properly? When we do this and when I come across things and say things you think, oh, that tricked me, or oh, I didn't get the mark because of that, you need to write down those words or those phrases. They will really make a difference when it comes to year 11. Alors mes petits, right guys, so looking at the listening assessment, this one was really tricky. I know loads of year 9s this year dropped this because we did it in September. So what I want you to do for each activity, read it through, look at your answers and see what you've got. Put me on pause when you do that. When you restart the video, I'll go through the answers and I'll tell you why, and you can mark along with me. Just look specifically at what I've highlighted because that is around about where the answers are. Put me on pause now, read through this, look at your answers, and then restart me and I'll go through the answers. Bon courage! Alors mes petits, right guys, if you're listening to me now, you've read through, you've looked at your answers, and hopefully you know how well you've done and you know where you've dropped marks. So let's go through it, look at the highlights of it. First bit is up here. Salut Alexia, je vais à un concert samedi. So our first answer, which day? Samedi is Saturday. Give yourself a mark for Saturday. Tu veux m'accompagner? Which means do you want to come with me? She says, c'est quelle sorte de musique? De la techno, j'adore ça, ça va être super. And then, so that's Alexia. Sorry, Alexia's here. Moi, je n'aime pas la techno, je trouve ça ennuyeux, je préfère le R&B. So Alexia thinks techno is boring, she prefers R&B. So guys, 3 marks so far. Saturday, boring, R&B. Alors, Charlotte's opinion of Benoit, she goes, mais Benoit va au concert et tu sais que je l'aime bien. Je le trouve vraiment charmant. So there are 2 answers here. You can either have his opinion, her opinion is he's charming from charmant, or if you put her opinion is that she loves him, which is what this says, I really love him, je l'aime bien, cute, then you can put she loves him here. Either one is fine. Charming or loves him or likes him or anything like that, I'll give you the mark. Alexia's opinion of Karim, she then goes on, viens avec moi, come with me. Il va au concert avec son ami Karim. Et tu l'aimes bien, Karim? Non. So he's going to the concert with his friend Karim and you really like him, don't you? And then Alexia says, non, il est vraiment lunatique. So no, he's moody or mad, anything like that. I'll give yourself the mark. Mais bon, je vais venir avec toi quand même. But, okay, I'm going to come with you even, like, all the same, no matter what. On se retrouve à quelle heure? What time are we meeting? Now you weren't in BB9 looking up at my numbers for this. She says, à 19h30 chez moi. So, remember the French always use the 24-hour clock. 19h30 is 7:30, or you could write 19:30 if you're in the army or whatever. 7:30 in the evening is the answer. Right, guys, even though that was question 1, I know it was really tough. Give yourself a mark out of 6 down here for me, please. Don't worry if you drop marks on this. This was tough. You're going to drop marks all throughout this. It's not about your grade. It's about what you learn. So now I've gone through this. If anything caught you out, maybe tu l'aimes bien, maybe the word lunatique, maybe the time, just write it down, record that word for your extra challenge, and make sure you learn it for next time. Let's look at the next activity. Et voilà donc. This activity was really challenging. Do you see on the transcript? I've got things in red and things in blue. Anything in red is a trap today, because the question, and I said this when we did it on the last PowerPoint, is talking about his diary this week. What's he done this week in the past tense? So for example, here he says le mardi d'habitude. On Tuesday, usually I go to the ice skating rink. That's what he usually does. So that's not what he did this week. You need to be careful. So when you read through and check your answers, everything in red is a trap. Everything in blue is the right answer. Have a little read through, see what you've got. When you're ready for the answers, restart me and I'll go through them and break down this text a bit. Put me on pause, check your answers, guys. Alors mes petits, right guys, if you're listening to me now, you've read through this transcript, you've checked your answers, and hopefully you're happy with them. But I know this would have tricked a lot of you using the 2 different tenses in the past tense. This is why this is a proper GCSE assessment. So, on y va, let's see what we've got. The first one is given to you. Look at the trap. Le mardi, here I am, le mardi, d'habitude, j'aime aller à la patinoire. So if you've put going to the ice rink, where is it? There we go. If you put A here, you're wrong, because that's what he usually does. He says, mais mardi dernier, but last Tuesday, j'ai joué au bowling. Donc, c'est I, bowling goes in here. Puis, le mercredi. Mercredi, Pierre m'a invité à une fête chez lui. Okay, this one's nice, no trick. On Wednesday, Pierre invited me to a party at his. So J is our party logo. Go for it. So it goes I-J. Thursday. Okay, look how long Thursday is in yellow. It says jeudi, ici. Jeudi, j'étais invité à un concert de rock en plein air, mais Je n'aime pas ça. So that says Thursday I was invited to a rock concert outside, but I don't like that. That's the trap. If you've gone for D, you've got it wrong. So what did he do? Donc, which means therefore. Mes amis et moi, nous avons fait un pique-nique au parc. So, my friends and me, we went for a picnic in the park. You should have B there. Alors, Friday says another trap. Look, le vendredi, normalement, I'm just here. Normalement, je joue au foot. Mais, cette semaine. So, on Friday, normally I play football. But, this week, je ne suis pas sorti. J'ai passé 3 heures sur Facebook. So, on Friday, normally he plays football. But this week, he didn't go out. Je ne suis pas sorti as I didn't go out. J'ai passé 3 heures sur Facebook. Donc, c'est F ici on social media. Look at all this red for Saturday. Le samedi, généralement, j'aime aller au café avec mes copains. On bavarde et on boit du coca. Mais, okay, so on Saturday, generally, I like going to a cafe with my friends. We chat and we drink Coke. But last Saturday, j'ai fait les magasins avec Jamel. Last Saturday, he did shopping, not H. If you wrote H, you've gone wrong. Guys, this is so tough today. All right, one more to go on Sunday. Again, another trap. D'habitude, le dimanche, je reste à la maison et je joue à des jeux vidéo. So usually on Sunday, I stay at home and I play computer games. But this week, je suis sorti avec ma famille. Nous avons fait une longue promenade. But this week, I went out with my family and we had a long walk. Et voilà, c'est E. Right, guys, this is horrible. Give yourself a mark at how many you've done. I, J, B, F, C, E. Put me on pause and work out your marks. Give yourself a mark at a 6 in this little box down here. Put me on pause. Any words you didn't know or anything that tricked you, make a note of it now. And let's look at our next activity. Alors mes petits, another really tough one. You're going to listen to this person, Ambre, talking about her life. You've got all of these. So what I want you to do is put me on pause, read through the transcript here, see what she says, see what you've got. And then when you're ready for the answers, restart the video and I'll tell you where the ticks are. Be careful of anything in red, year 8. Alors, put me on pause, work yourself through. Alors, year 8, right, let's go through the answers for this activity. Hopefully you've read it through. You can see how challenging this is. So let's see what we've got. Be careful of the things in red. So first off, remember we said read and prepare A to L. So hopefully you did that before the assessment. So let's have a look. Salut, je m'appelle Ambre et j'habite à Paris. Easy, that example is so easy, just to tease you. Alors, this is our first answer in yellow. J'ai beaucoup d'amis et j'adore sortir. Nous allons au cinéma, au bowling et à la patinoire. So that is A. She says where she likes going with her friend. Next bit, ma meilleure copine s'appelle Mathilde. On sort souvent et on rigole bien, mais elle a un nouveau petit copain, Mathieu, et je le trouve pénible. So that is B. What she thinks of her best friend's boyfriend. There's 2 keywords that you've got to know that if you didn't, you need to copy down now. The first one is here, ma meilleure copine. This is the feminine way of saying my best friend. How do you say the masculine then? Change the ma to mon, take away the E, and copine changes to copain. Voila. So that means best friends. And then when you want to talk about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, there's different ways to say it. Un petit copain is a boyfriend. So make it feminine. Une petite copine would be a girlfriend. You can also say un petit ami, a boyfriend, or une petite amie, a girlfriend. Now, be careful when you're in France and how you say those, because you could give people the wrong impression and that might make your life a bit awkward. You could attract some people that you're not very interested in. So be careful with that. Make sure you say it the right way to get it right, whether you say un petit copain, a boyfriend, or une petite copine, a girlfriend. Same thing, un petit ami, boyfriend, une petite amie, girlfriend. Get it right. So that's what you need to know. Here's our first trap then. Vendredi prochain, so next Friday. So with that, I can get rid of C because she's not talking about a normal Friday. She's talking about next Friday. If you put C, got bad news for you. Ils vont aller à un concert et Mathilde m'a invité à les accompagner, mais je n'ai pas trop envie. So it says next Friday, they're going to go to a concert and Mathilde is going to invite me to accompany them, to go with them. Mais je n'ai pas trop envie, but I don't really want to. Remember, we've seen this j'ai envie means I want to. Like if you're envious of something, someone else has got something that you want. Avoir envie, j'ai envie is another way of saying je veux in French, I want. What does she say? She doesn't want to go. Does that tell you what she thinks about concerts in general? No, not really. She just doesn't want to go to this one, but she doesn't say I don't like concerts or anything like that, so it's not deep. Alright, let's keep going. Je n'achète pas de CD parce que je télécharge mes chansons préférées. So I don't buy CDs because I download music, so it's not going to be F. So we've got all these down so far. This is where our next answer comes in. Pour moi, Facebook, c'est essentiel. Je trouve ça fascinant. That is G. She tells you what she thinks about Facebook. And then look, you've got all these answers back to back now. Normalement, je passe 2 heures sur Facebook chaque jour. Normally, I spend 2 hours on Facebook. This word chaque, I love it. It means each and every day. So that is H, how much time she spends on Facebook. Mais ce soir, je vais jouer au bowling avec ma famille. Ça va être marrant, which says, but tonight I'm going to play bowling with my family. That's going to be fun, which is I. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only one more left. J, K, or L. It's all in here. Ce weekend, je vais aller en ville avec mes amis pour faire les magasins. This weekend, I'm going to go to town with my friends to go shopping. Je vais acheter un nouveau jean pour une fête samedi soir. I'm going to buy some new jeans for a party on Saturday night. So that is L, what she's going to do at the weekend. Future tense is what she's going to do. So if you put K, you're wrong because it's all in the future tense. Je vais aller, je vais acheter. So guys, A, B, G, H, I, L. Give yourself a mark at 6 for this. You can see how tough this exam is. Keep listening for our next activity. Alors mes petits, now this was absolutely the worst one because they each said everything. So I'm going to show you the transcript, read it through, and then we'll go through the answers a bit quicker this time. Be careful, it's all about the different tenses. So when you're reading the transcript, I want you to think, are they talking in the past, present, or future? Because they change one thing. For example, Thomas will say, next week I'm having a party and I'm going to like put invites out on Facebook, which is in the wrong tense. So be really careful when you're looking at the verbs. Think about the tenses when we're looking at the transcript. Remember, when we were back at school, we did like highlight the tense. You might want to do this now for the next activity. Read it through, look at your answers. Good luck, guys. On y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, so this is really tough. Put me on pause. Read through Thomas and Camille and see what you can do. Restart me before I go through the answers and show you the last one, Sasha. I just want to pick out some nice vocabulary, so put me on pause now. Alors mes petits, right guys, so just before we move on to the last one and the answers, I just want to pick out some really nice vocabulary here that might have tricked you. Okay, so it's all about the tenses. Find what's in the past and what's in the future. This is in the past. There's 2 clues. La semaine dernière, last week. Remember, this word, dernier and dernière, they're the same word. They're just a different version for masculine and feminine. Whenever you hear this, it's going to be in the past tense, which is shown with your verb. We've got the have, we've got the you with the accent. La semaine dernière, j'ai organisé une fête chez moi sur Facebook. So, last week, I organised a party on Facebook. Think about the tenses it's in. And then what does he do in the future? It's here. Ce soir, je vais modifier mes préférences. Remember, je vais is in the future. If you're going to do something, it's in the future tense. So he's going to give likes. That's the 2 things in the past and future. Those are 2 key things you need to know. Let's look at Camille and just look at the difference, right, between the tenses. So he said, je vais modifier mes préférences here in green. Camille says, Je modifie mes préférences in the present tense. Now, I can't remember them all, but that is one of the questions. Is it in the future or is it in the present? That's the only difference. And you can see how close it is. Je vais modifier, je modifie. So close, you know, like that's what you need to listen out for to get them up. What did she do in the past tense? Is here. Hier soir. Remember, hier means yesterday. So, last night, j'ai trouvé un clip très rigolo. Et ce soir, je vais l'envoyer à tous mes copains. So, last night, I saw a good video clip. And tonight, I'm going to send it to all my friends. So, those are the two different future tenses. And then she says, je vais aussi organiser une fête. So, here, he's in the past tense saying last week I organised the party, whereas Camille is doing it in the future tense. Can you see the difference? This is what they do. J'ai organisé, and compare that to down here, je vais organiser. That's the only difference to your marks. Alright guys, have a quick read through Sasha and then I'll tell you the answers. Alors, just before we move on then, let's pick out the past tense and future tense for Sasha. Yeah, Sasha's a boy's name in French, so it is shocking when you hear his voice. So, hier soir, j'ai regardé les photos d'une fête organisée chez un copain. So this is in the past tense. I've got the have, I've got the you with the accent. He looked at photos from a party he'd been to. And then what's in the future? He hasn't got anything in the future tense here. Okay, hopefully that should help you out. So we've read through all three. We've picked out some nice language. Let's put you out your misery and go through the answers. So who uses Facebook to organise going out is Sasha. Who spends the most time on Facebook? You had to look at all three of them, and Camille said she spent the most time. Who organised a party recently? Remember we said one was in the past, one was in the future. It was Thomas who had it in the past. Who is going to update his or her likes tonight in the future tense was Thomas again. Alright, so just Sasha and Camille left. Who spent last night looking at his friends' photos was Sasha, and therefore our last one is Camille. 6 marks for that, guys. Et voila, right then, so add up your grand total and give yourself a grade. Well done if you're happy with your grade, but tragically it doesn't count. It's not about grades today. It's about working through these answers. It's about recording your 20 unknown words, and it's about improving and learning. But it is nice to get a grade to see what you've got. We talked about where we'd expect it to be. I'd be really happy with a 2.3 or anything in the 2s is a very good score. You should go up at least 1 grade a year. So if in year 8 you're a 2, in year 9 you're a 3, in year 10 you're a 4, and in year 11 you're a 5. Obviously you can add 1. So that's what you need to do. Guys, that's for the listening. Put your grade on. I'm now going to go through the reading assessment. Et voila, right guys, so have a look at your reading assessment, look at what you've done. You might have done it in your book, you might have done it straight on the sheet. Either way, have a look at it for me now. I'm going to go through each activity one by one to see what we got. Alors mes petits, right guys, so our first reading, red pens out, let's mark your own work. So remember, read through the questions first. Hopefully you did that and you're ready for it. Let's blitz the answers. So sometimes I find him annoying. Have a little look through. Voilà, here we go. Il est sympa, mais de temps en temps, je le trouve pénible. And therefore, it is Rachida. Numéro 2. He spends too much time on Facebook. Let's have a little look through. Here we are talking about Facebook. And it goes on and on. Here we go. So, il n'aime pas beaucoup sortir. He doesn't really like going out. Et je pense qu'il passe trop de temps sur Facebook. Therefore, it is Fabien. Numéro 3. He won't come to my house. What? Okay, so let's have a little look. Where does it talk about around mine? There it is. Chez moi. Je l'invite souvent chez moi. Et il dit toujours non. Therefore, it is Sébastien. Strong as Sebastian's house is Sébastien. Numéro 4. We go out a lot together. Let's have a look through. Where do they talk about sortir? Okay, I can't see the verb, but here's the word sorti, goings out, and it's here. On organise beaucoup de sorties, donc c'est Rachida. Okay, so 2 left. Lunatic is our word for mad or moody. So number 5, he can be moody, has to have that word in there. Here we go. Je le trouve un peu lunatique. C'est Sébastien. And therefore our last one, he is very funny. It's got It's got to have been Fabien. My slide moved. All right, guys. So next question here, which is going to blitz these answers. So where did Chloe meet Victor? At a reggae concert. What did she think of him? A bit shy but interesting. Their first date was perfect. Second date, they went to a party. He chatted and danced with Juliet. How dare he? What does she think of him now? Arrogant and selfish. Right, guys, put me on pause. Mark up your answers for this question. Alors, mes petits, alors donc, this activity then, it was meant to be like a WhatsApp conversation going down the page, and all you had to do is pick out the right person to match these statements. So let's go through them. Who goes to the cinema every week? Here it is. Every weekend is Céline. She says here, je vais au cinéma tous les weekends. Céline M is your answer. Who doesn't want to go if Arnaud is going? It's a bit harsh on Arnaud, but it's here. Look, Marine says, si Arnaud vient, moi, je ne vais pas venir. If Arnaud's going, then I'm not going to go. How rude is that? So it is Marine D. Numéro 3. Who is going to meet the others at the cinema? So you had to read the whole thing for this one. This sort of activity is tough because it isn't in order. She says here is Virginie. She says, I can't because I've got to have a walk this afternoon and I'm getting back at 6:30. So I'll see you at the cinema. So it is Virginie who says this. Numéro 4, who wants to go bowling? Well, it's over here. This person says, it's classical music, I hate that, but bowling, I love that. I want to go bowling. Who wants to come with me? So Aisha is going bowling. Who is already going to the cinemas this weekend? It is Steph H here. Moi, dimanche, je vais aller au cinéma avec Tom. Donc, je ne veux pas aller au cinéma samedi aussi. She says, me, on Sunday, I'm going to go to the cinemas with Tom. So, I don't want to go to the cinema Saturday as well. Why not? It is Steph. And then finally, who is going to a concert? It is Christelle here. She says, I can't come. Every Saturday I go bowling with my family. But this weekend, je vais aller à un concert en ville. Qui veut venir? So it is Christelle. Guys, mark them all up. Give yourself a mark out of 6 for this activity. Alors mes petits, so this last activity was huge. Look at the length and the complexity of this text, and there's so much you don't know in it as well. So let's break it down and see what we've got. So first question, Robin thinks that he is. We've got 3 options, nice, shy, and moody. Now, this is where he was really, really tricky. So where does he start talking about himself? Here he talks about, like, this is all about the example. This is where he gets onto it. Je suis généreux, mais mon frère dit que je suis arrogant et lunatique. Ma mère quand je suis timide. Mais à moi, mon avis, ce n'est pas vrai. Je suis gentil. So, this is what he says. He says, I am generous, but that's not one of our options. And then here we see shy, and then here we see moody, and then here we see nice. So he says all 3. So he says, my brother says I'm arrogant and moody. So that's what his brother thinks he is. It's not C. Then my mom thinks that I am shy, but that's what his mom thinks. And then finally he says, je suis gentil. So he thinks that he is nice. Now you see what the examiner's done. They have gone through all of the answers and they've done different people's opinions to try and trick you. A is our correct answer. Alors, numéro 2. This is why this reading is so tricky, because here's the answer to 1. And when I did that, I thought we've missed out a big chunk. Look at this. So yesterday, we're looking for something in the past tense. We're looking for that word yesterday. He bought a new album, he listened to a new album, or he downloaded a new album. Here's the word yesterday. So answer for 2 is before the answer for 1. Hate it when they do that. Hier, j'ai écouté un album et le week-end prochain, je vais l'acheter. Hang on, he says both. He says listen to here and he says buy here. So which one is it? Which one's in the past tense? Here we've got the have, we've got the E with the accent. Here we've got a bit that says going, this is in the future. So it is B, your answer for this one. Alors, numéro 3, next Saturday. So I'm looking for the future tense weekend. Okay, so what have we got? I like doing sport. Le weekend prochain. Here we go. So next weekend, which would include Saturday, il y a un grand festival de musique. There's a big music festival. Et le samedi, here we go, on va aller à un concert en plein air. So he's going to a concert next Saturday. So 1, 2, 3, it goes A, B, A. Let's go to orange. Last Saturday afternoon. So I'm looking for the word dernier. I need the word samedi. And I need the word après-midi. Okay, here we go. Samedi après-midi. But this is d'habitude. This is what he usually does. So it's not the answer for number 4. Here we go. Mais samedi dernier, j'ai fait une longue promenade avec Nathan, mon meilleur copain. So he went on a long walk with his best friend Nathan. What is he, like 80 years old? Alors, numéro 5. After last Saturday evening, he what? After last Saturday evening, he what? Read through all the different things. What happened last Saturday evening? Is all of this. You need to read la prochaine fois, from here. Le soir, on a retrouvé Jules et Erwin et on est allé en fête. So in the evening, we met up with Jules and Owen and we went to a party. Madeline was there and I really like her. She's in my class at school and we send messages to each other online. I danced with her and we chatted a lot. But my friend Jules invited Madeline to go with him to the ice rink on Sunday and she said yes. It was a disaster and I was very sad. So he was upset because of all of that story. Okay, and finally, 6. He goes to the cinema. Where does it talk about the cinema down here? Here we go. Mes parents vont au cinéma 2 fois par mois. So twice a month, but that's his parents going to the cinema. That's one of our traps. When does he go? Because he says, je n'aime pas les accompagner. I don't like going with them. So that's the trap. The actual answer is before that. Je vais au cinéma de temps en temps. I go from the cinema from time to time. So it is C. Guys, this is a really tough text with loads of unknown language. Just look at the length and complexity of this. For a year 8, this is insanely difficult. So well done. Give yourself a mark out of 6, however many you got, and then add up your grand total. Et voila, and the levels are the same as the reading assessment, the listening assessment, the same boundaries. So guys, a brilliant effort today. Give yourself a level for each one, but you don't need to email at me. This isn't about what grade you get, it's about developing your skills, developing your knowledge and developing your independence. Hopefully at the end of this, you've done our extra challenge and you've got a list of things that tricked you or a list of things that you didn't know that you're better at now and you can work on them for next time. Mes petits, bon effort ici. Right guys, we'll start a brand new module next lesson. Great effort today. Merci mes petits, au revoir.